Sunday. Sunday. Let's open this up and drink tea. Ready to go. This is a tweet. Yeah, I do use Twitter. I've got it down to only a few girls mainly that I follow on Twitter. Right, this one says, if you value Miss Mariage's exposé of misogyny at the President's Club, here's one thing that you can do. Now, for people not living in the UK who don't know about this, this was a black tie dinner, all men only, where they employed hostesses with a dress code of little black dresses and matching underwear to come and give them drinks after their eating. And there was molestation went down. Surprise, surprise. And somebody infiltrated from the FT, from the Financial Times, a reporter infiltrated the shameful affair and wrote it up in the Financial Times the next day. So if you value that sort of reporting, what you should do is go out and buy a copy of the FT Today Financial Times, or hit the website and purchase a digital subscription for investigative journalism that makes social change. We need to be prepared to pay. But we won't pay. I won't, because I'm cheap, but I am a typical representative of the fat bottom of the middle class. I took at the FT, I did pay for 2 or 3 years, but stopped. Most people wouldn't even start, but it's bloody good reporting. And it's representative of what we do. We will form a block. I'm not saying these are my views, but the fat bottom of the middle class will form a block against any idea for inheritance taxes. The fat bottom of the middle class will form a block against rising of any sorts of taxes. And the governments know this. And here we come on to governments. No, I'll just throw in a little thing about the fat bottom of the middle class, or the middle class with fat bottoms, as it so often is nowadays. That these people, who are pretty uninspiring individuals, would probably up their game unrecognisably if there was a war in the particular Western country that they happen to be living in. They are capable of getting together in a group and acting constructively, decisively, if they're half well led, and really getting things done. It's possible, but outside that contingency, we are just selfish little shits. Stupid, selfish little shits. Ask us what we want. We want all sorts of things. Ask us if we're going to pay for it. We'll fudge and mudge, but basically no. We're childish. And the politicians we get, because we've been childish now for 40 years at least, since there was any idea after the Second World War dropped off that there was any need for sacrifice. We've basically just been selfish little shits ever since. And the politicians we vote in surely know what we feel. We are just not worth representing, because the politicians know that we want so much and are willing to give so little towards getting it. So any politician that agrees to be a politician on those grounds is a bit of a shit. And that's why we've got shit politicians. Where was I going with this? Don't know. So I'll drop over to another subject. Running through government, these individuals that get themselves into government, who must be very, very, very strange people in the first place, get to do this and that. But there is one thing that I believe is running as a strong core through all Western countries, and has been for the last, well, we'll use 40 years again still, is that there is an underlying knowledge, probably held by what in the UK would be called civil servants, the people that are always there to carry out the government's wishes. The same people are there, and they have the knowledge that the whole thing absolutely needs population increase. Governments nowadays, and has been for a long time, has been hard enough. But if you put in population decreases on top of it, the whole thing just becomes, from the point of the people that have analysed it, frighteningly unmanageable. As long as you've got population increase, you can have really an awful lot of shitty things going on in your country. And the population increase will just about keep everything on an even keel. It's I suppose, like riding a bike. You know, the country is slowing down so much. But as long as the population increase is there, and the population increase is the equivalent of forward motion, as long as that is there, the state will keep moving forward. There won't be any there should not be any guaranteed monster crisis coming on. So all politicians must know, either directly or indirectly, that population increases are utterly essential. I think I'll leave it there, because I can't remember what my kind of other point was that was going to link it all together. So we're going to get more population increase. As long as there's no huge crisis like a war, we're going to be still dominated politically and individually by individual selfishness, where we're not going to take out subscriptions to the Financial Times. We are going to shop at Amazon. We are going to vote against inheritance taxes. We are going to vote in anybody that promises they're not going to put taxes up. We are going to vote for people that are going to say that they're going to do all sorts of wonderful things for us as long as they don't put taxes up, etc., etc. And behind the scenes, grinding on, always grinding on, the politicians know they can just about get away with these pathetic promises to us pathetic people, as long as they keep the population increasing. 10 minutes.